or you come to the 7 a.m. prayer call, but we are building layers of this because of the energy that we are in right now. This season is not to be taken lightly. So we technically are on day 2 of Be the Shift Challenge, the 7-day challenge, which really is a reminder and a reset for those who have forgotten. And if you've never heard some of the things that we're going to talk about, I hope that the prompts that I give you will be used for your journaling or whatever conversations that you need to have with yourself or in your process. So Be the Shift 7-day challenge, disrupt the norm, embody your difference, and lead on your own terms, because we're going to need it in this season. This challenge helps us who are spiritually conscious, particularly women who are rising to be the priestess of their own household, especially those of you who are in the portal rising. And some people who feel out of place and unrecognized, that they are here to disrupt. I paused intentionally, that you're here to deconstruct and that you're here to live by design. I want you to get that, because you get to be a reality creator. If you have not heard about reality creation, it truly lives off of the principle of choice. And you get to choose, if you're listening to me, whether you want to continue to listen, log off, or go on to the next thing, because I know that we also have a short attention span. But I think that sometimes metaphysicians forget that we create reality. And so we begin to dance with the reality that we're told. Don't in a political season. It's amazing how everybody forgets that they're a metaphysician, that there's one God, one mind. Isn't that interesting? Well, it is to me. So it is my intention to create a space for reflection, for community, and for calling forward. This is really day 2. If you have not listened to day 1 from Wednesday's 7 a.m. extended prayer call that became such a revival moment, the energy of this is, you're not broken, you are just built different. And to be the shift or the shifter in your family, in your bloodline, it requires that you practice the tools in the moments when everybody else is saying the same thing. You're not supposed to be like them. So today, the prompt for you is to question the norm. Don't be the norm. Question the norm. Create a new normal. And in order to create a new normal, we got to have new habits. But most of all, break away from inherited beliefs. I cannot tell you how much time is spent in coaching dealing with belief systems that no longer work. We've all been told what to believe, and many of us have not questioned it until it did not work for us. One of my favorite quotes that I want to share in this moment that's important for us to remember, and even this is debatable in terms of questioning the norm, right? Here, there's evidence, or there's documentation that even Harriet Tubman is a questionable figure, but nevertheless, she is still a reference point. And she said, I freed 1,000 slaves. I could have freed 1,000 more if they had only knew they were slaves. I promise you that when we look at this matrix world that we're living in, I laugh at people who say I'm free just because they left the church or the mosque or whatever thing that you was once in. If you did not question the thing and answer, see, if you question, you also have to get answers. So the prompt for you today is, what belief have I inherited that no longer fits me? What belief have I inherited that no longer fits me? It may fit somebody else who's a Delta or AKA. It may fit someone someone else who's a Sagittarius or a Taurus, but not you. And you also have to do in your processes, now or future ones, what have you accepted as normal? What have you accepted as normal? Whether it's religious dogma, the role in your family, societal definitions of success. This is about giving permission to doubt what's been blindly accepted. Oh my God. There's another quote. I don't know if I'm going to get it right, but it's also one of my favorite sister friends in ministry who says, question your doubts and hold sacred, I believe it's your limitation, something like that. I'll get it for later, but the point is we have not been given full permission to question. But you cannot get permission to become the answer. What are you waiting for to be the answer in your family? If you are studying your ancestry with me, you're doing your genealogy with me, are you waiting on Big Mama? Big Mama might be gone. But what if you have the Big Mama anointing on you? Become the answer. What if what you have been judging about yourself or has been spoken over your life that something is wrong with you because you speak out, you use your voice, you talk back, you did this, at least that was my story. There are things that have been spoken over your life from old institutions and traditions that you're not even a part of anymore. And how you think they affect you, oftentimes on the unconscious level, is still present. Why? Because you have not replaced it with a new belief. You have not reframed it. And so this is an opportunity to come into agreement that you are the shift that you've been waiting for. You are the shifter. And I guarantee you, many of you have books that have information that you have not read. You've been given resources and links to sites, to lectures from master teachers that you have not clicked on. Because if the norm for you is that you're busy and you're overwhelmed and you're giving to everybody else, or you think that you can't, I'm going to close with this. My master teacher, master coach, really, I have several master teachers, but he was a masterful coach. He made me a master coach. He taught us that in leadership, when you step into leadership, you stop talking about, I got too much on my plate. I got too much on my plate. I got too much on my plate. How many of you say you have too much on your plate? He said, get a bigger plate, maybe even a platter. That was a game changer for me. So what are you doing? Questioning the norm. That goes for your marriage, gender roles in your marriage. I'm learning so much from other cultures about what we allow to break down our families. Everything that we have, many of us have been taught, but everything that we have been taught, most of it has been a lie or inverted. Everything that we've been told is bad is good. How many of you grew up believing that weed was something that was terrible? Don't be a weed head. It was, stay on that dope. and now you smoke because it's medicinal. Did you question the norm during that time, or did you join the collective consciousness because that's all you knew? What if you don't know what you don't know because you have not questioned? So when we talk about being a shifter, when we talk about being a reality creator, it begins with simple little moments like this. So I invite you to join the challenge, work with the challenge. And if you are in the portal in my private community, you can get on Zoom with us and unpack a few things and ideas in community, because all of us have different levels of learning. Some of us are visual learners. Some of us are audio learners. Some of us are a mix, right? Some of us need to touch it, to feel it. So this is an opportunity for you to get into community with other shifters. There will be a 21-day challenge at the end of this. This challenge is something that is a classic. I have a book right now called The Shift Everything. And it started with a free challenge just like this in my community, in the Rebirth Woman community on Facebook. That developed into a beautiful process where women shared their experience with practicing the principles after coaching or after working with me. And then we had a little piece in the Shift Everything challenge where you pay it forward. It's going to be less than probably your most expensive pair of shoes. So go through this 7-day challenge. If you'd like to send a love offering, you absolutely can go to Rebirth with LaTanya on all platforms. Just if just this question is something that you have not thought about and you want to seed into this Rebirth International ministry. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. If you're not in the community, I will see you on the other side.